Hello, lovers and friends. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. I am Jaimi Alexander. If you want to subscribe, please do. If you're about all things evolving, growing, getting to the next level, and finding out the higher ways that you can achieve your goals and have thoughts and conversations, then I'm all about that life, and you guys want to join me here. So today, don't mind me, I'm a little on sniffles mode, and I'm going to try not to be too dramatic, but you're gonna get a little bit of that. Okay, so I took some notes on what I was feeling and what I was thinking about, and I wanted to share with you guys 3 things that they literally never tell you about negative thinking. So I like to reach deeper, go higher, and have more transformative conversations and thought chats on kind of like the basic spirituality that we hear. So we always hear about affirmations and think positive and you are what you think and you're going to manifest that and blah, blah, blah. But let's really dive deep when it comes to negative thinking. And here's what I feel like 3 things that people never talk about when they talk about negative thinking. It's always like, don't think negative, just think positive, just, switch your mindset and, it's not as bad as it seems. We get a lot of things that just sound good, but you're like, no, I'm hurt. This went bad. I don't feel good. Sometimes we need a little bit more and a little bit deeper action steps. So my first thing that I feel like they never tell us when it comes to negative thinking is the voice that you hear in your head is not you. Now, I know that sounds weird, but let that sink in. The voice in your head, or voices for some of us, it's not you. You are the one hearing the voice. So when we really go deep into spiritual learning and we start to hear about the observer and sitting in the seat of the soul and the seat of consciousness, this is what we're talking about. If you can get used to hearing your thoughts and chatter and things go by like you watch cars on the freeway, you will realize that the one watching those cars go by on the freeway, those thoughts just go and go and go, is really you. You're here watching the thoughts, because if you think about it, that voice never shuts up. Oh my God, I really like that tree. That reminds me of the tree that is in my grandma's backyard. I don't really like that tree. I remember when it fell out of that tree. The sky's kind of blue. I wonder if it's going to rain. Is it going to rain? I don't know. I don't really like rain. I'm not in the mood for rain. Summer. Ugh, is summer ever going to end? That voice in our head is neurotic, sweetie. It literally never stops. So the very first thing that we don't learn about negative thinking is it's not you. You are not to blame for your negative thoughts, and you can move past them simply by observing them and not choosing to hop in that car and drive down the freeway with every thought that comes to your mind. Start thinking of those thoughts as just like you're sitting back, just watching them. So I'm going to be working on something this week called leaning back. And I don't know if you guys know, but I have a crystal store, Get Stoned With Us. And I'm going to do a bracelet, a lean back bracelet, because this needs to be a reminder that when you start getting that busy chatter and going up, relax, lean back into you, into peace, into happiness, into silence, and let that chatter just shoo, shoo, shoo. It's not you. You are the one watching it. You are the one seeing it. And once you really grasp that concept each and every time, you will notice your life is going to change. You're going to notice how much is going through your mind, and you're just going to make a conscious choice not to dive in and get involved with it. Don't get involved with your own drama, because the vast majority of the problems that we deal with are self-inflicted. Okay, it's due to our own mental reactions. When we decide to react mentally, because let me tell you what our brain is doing. We get afraid and we get kind of like in survival mode. So if you're in fear, you're literally missing your purpose and being conscious for real. And it's like you can let go and let those thoughts go by, or you can lean in and get involved with them and, get depressed and let our brains, when we're not feeling like everything is cool, our brains are like, oh my God, things aren't good. What do I have to do in order to be good? And then we start acting on it on the outside and try to make that come alive. Well, I'm only going to be good if. And then that's when we start controlling things from the outside. And because we can't control things from the outside, the minute the things on the outside don't look like what we see in our minds as the picture of everything that we need in order to be good, we get disappointed and we get stressed out, and we're literally living in fear. We can't even think. But you can avoid going down that rabbit hole altogether by simply realizing that the negative thoughts and the thoughts in your mind and all that chatter going on is just, it's just chatter. Relax, take a deep breath, lean back. I'm gonna have to insert some lean back up in here, okay? Some Fat Joe. Lean back into your seat of consciousness. This is where God is. God's not on the freeway with all that. He's back here where it's just like, oh, I'm seeing, that's interesting. Okay. You watching it all go, well, you're not hopping in and having a conversation about why this isn't working and why this isn't going, and that's too much. Lean back and get out of it. So that's one thing I feel like when it comes to negative thinking, we can be surface and just be like, think positive. But let's start to give ourselves some action steps to actually get down to what's real. So that's number one. Number two, ask yourself the right questions. When you get that feeling in your stomach, like, oh my God, you know, I feel uncomfortable, or I'm not safe, or this isn't good. And when I say not safe, I don't mean in physical danger or harm. Obviously, if that's the case, get out. But I mean like, I'm not safe, meaning my emotions don't feel comfortable. My body, I don't feel comfortable and at ease in this space. Like I need, you know, some people eat. Some people need food in order to make them comfortable. If I don't have any food, you know, a go-to, entertainment, a game, a distraction, whatever it is, if I don't have that go-to, I'm not okay, whatever. Ask yourself the right questions. So when you're getting antsy and you feel like things aren't going okay, ask yourself, do you want to be disturbed right now? Do I want to feel disturbed? You can always tell what's going on inside of you by how disturbed you get. And number two and number three kind of tie in together. So number three was the things that disturb you come from the thorns that you have within, a splinter that you have within. And this is a concept brought about by Michael A. Singer. He is the author of one of my most favorite books, The Untethered Soul. Now, The Untethered Soul, if you haven't read it, please read it, because it's one of those books that you'll read 2-3 times a year for the rest of your life if you're smart. Like, that's how deep and powerful, poignant, and transformative this read is. So he has this thing he calls thorns. And these thorns are not on the outside of you. We react to things on the outside. You know, we see, we're not feeling good about ourselves, and we see some gorgeous girl dating this guy. And we start, oh, well, I see why he's dating her. You know, her hair is so long, her boobs are so big, da-da-da-da. Or, oh, I know why he got that job. His parents, you know, called this person and that person. And whatever your thorns are, whatever start to cause that negative thinking, where you start getting that feeling in your stomach where you don't feel great about who you are, where you are, and what you're achieving in your own life, those are thorns. That means these little disruptions that you're getting on the outside are showing you that there's something on the inside that needs healing. Because it's not about the fact that that girl's beautiful and has big boobs, so she got a man, or that guy is this or that, and his parents are amazing, that's why he got the job. On the inside, it might be, you know what? My first boyfriend left me for a woman that looked like that, and I'm still hurt by it because it made me feel like I'm not enough. I was only 19 when it happened, and it really shaped the way that I view love and my relationships. That's what you need to look at. Oh, you know, my parents and I weren't always on the same page. I'm the black sheep of the family, and my parents don't support me like they did. So I'm a little bit jealous that this guy got this amazing job because his parents blah, 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 blah. The wound is the fact that I don't feel like my parents invested in my future. I don't feel like my parents believed in me. I don't feel like my parents could see me. It's not the fact that this guy's parents got him a great job. It's not the fact that this girl with the big boobs got a great boyfriend. It's the fact that you're feeling some kind of way about that. So these disturbances that happen on the outside, this is such a great opportunity to look within and get rid of those thorns once and for all. When you get a splinter, I'm sure we've all had a splinter. I feel like on playgrounds back in the day. We used to get them a lot more than we do now. But if you get a splinter, there's always a teeny tiny part that is above the surface. And when you brush against it, it hurts. And you have to pull the thorn slowly, the splinter slowly out in order to get it. If you pull too fast, it breaks. Then the inside of the rest of the splinter is still in your skin and you can get infected. Or you are trying to move too fast or doing too much and you cut it down and then it gets embedded in your skin. But when it's above and when you nick that, like the disturbance that's happening, and you hit that splinter and you feel it, now's the time to look at it and pull it out slowly so the whole thing comes out and you don't get pain from that anymore. This is the only way to grow. This is the only way to have an amazing relationship. This is the only way for you to transcend your own fears and issues. It's the only way to have courage. This whole journey is about you. It's not about what's going on around. It's about you, how you see things, your perspective, and how you handle it. So it's time to take responsibility. And let's go a little bit deeper. It's not just, oh, let me read an affirmation. That's cool, but it's like meditation, right? We meditate to clear the space so we can see the things. But the real healing is not in meditation, it's in the change. What are the action steps to change? We don't have to know everything or look at our problems like, oh my God, I got all these problems to fix it. All we have to do is the 3 things I just named. If you do that every day when the stuff comes up, you're going to be good. You're going to change. And then you're going to see on the other side how things are completely different. You're going to see your life change. You're going to see the way you think change. You're going to notice more freedom in your body, and you'll probably be breathing more, notice less pain, because I specifically remember a time where certain things would stress me out and I could feel pain in certain parts of my body. And once I started doing some of this work that I'm sharing with you guys now, it's like I noticed that when I let go of and I leaned back and watched all the thoughts go, and I took my deep breath and relaxed, I'd feel my hip open up, or my neck loosen, or my chest lower. Like, we're not living relaxed, y'all, and it's really causing a strain on how we make decisions and how we interact with other people and how we achieve our purpose. So just to recap, number 1, that voice that you hear in your head is not you. Separate that voice and all the voices that are constantly going. If it's not giving you good advice, you know it's the wrong thing. I mean, that voice in your head, 1 minute will be like, oh my God, I love this man. He's so great and everything's so good. And the second you think he forgot your anniversary, oh my God, this guy's terrible for you, da-da-da-da. Then you realize he remembered the anniversary. He was just a little late. Then it's, oh my God, he's great again. That is neurotic. That voice is not you. Separate yourself. Lean back, watch the voice. Come to a space of peace and then assess the situation. That's number 1. Number 2, ask yourself the right questions. Do I want to be disturbed right now? Chances are the answer is no. So if that's the case, look at the disturbance, because number 3 is it comes from the thorns within you, not from outside of you. So number 2 and number 3 go together. 1, ask yourself if you want to be disturbed. And 3, realize that the reason that you're disturbed is coming from a place within you. And that disturbance that you received is a little light bulb to tell you to go within and heal. And that is a gift. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you were able to learn. I am, getting better at kind of laying these things out for you because I really want you to heal and grow. These are things that have changed my life and are still changing my life, So thank you so much for watching. If you found this valuable, share with a friend, and I'll be back with some more good stuff. Peace.